Good evening and welcome to Stupid O'Clock News. I'm Lewis Lee, and I did not take a knee during the national anthem. Dateline, Burbank, California. Responding to allegations of mistreating employees on the set of her talk show, television host Ellen DeGeneres issued a public apology Thursday, stating, quote, "I never intended to make staff feel unsafe by wearing a bloodied ram skull and stalking them with a hatchet. If anyone ever felt hurt when I threw them up against the wall, held a blade to their neck, and screamed, 'I will effing kill you,' I'm sorry," said DeGeneres, who expressed her heartfelt concern for any role she may have played in creating a workplace environment in which horrified employees cowered on their hands and knees as she randomly bashed in their desks. The idea that any member of my hardworking team would feel as afraid as I drank wine out of a hollow femur and shrieked that I would come for anyone who dared threaten my sole dominance over the studio is deeply disturbing to me. It was clearly never my intention to intimidate anyone by saying, 'I'm going to chop off your head and urinate on your corpse.' How terrible for the way this has been misconstrued." At press time, DeGeneres pulled a flail out of her jacket and apologized for what she was about to do to her publicist. That is the news. Back to you.
Well, Lewis, I got no clue. That's, yeah. Well, yeah, I do have.
You did still say be kind to one another at the end of the show.
Yeah, yeah. And this is our first show that we've come to YouTube, and we got to start it off with.
Mwah! Good night, everybody.
Ah!
Oh, let's bring the crew in. Going to start backwards this time. We're going to bring in Skunk this time for the first. Caught him totally off.
Because I had that look on my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little. I mean, that was out there even for me, Lewis.
It's what I live for. I have to do straight news every stinking day. I got to have a little fun here.
I mean, hey, all the power to you, brother. But like, wow, I couldn't write a horror movie that good, and I write horror movies. We're gonna put you in charge of a script one of these days, sir. I'm gonna steal that idea. I'm gonna make that into a movie. It's not gonna be Ellen though. I mean, obviously, but I like the idea of like, the fun daytime talk show host. Everybody get up and dance. I got a book of the month club, like Ellen or Oprah or Tyra or any of those other people that are on those shows in the morning. and then just they're going around the studio just butchering people. Like that sounds like a movie. Kevin Smith would make that movie.
Yep, write it and submit it to him.
Not
Hey,
if you beat
John.
him to it. Go ahead and bring Dan in because I want to say something as soon as Dan's introduced himself.
All right, here is our author in residence, Dan Hollifield.
And now I'm child-proofed.
I don't even know what that means.
YouTube.
Yes, let me explain. Let me do a quick explanation since I'm in the center square. First of all, this show, for those of you who haven't seen it before, is about basically if you go to a science fiction convention or any of the other fantasy, sci-fi, whatever conventions, after the program is done at the convention, people will just sit around in the lobbies and the hallways and the comfy chairs with their favorite drink and just talk about whatever fandom thing comes across their mind. This show is based upon the conversations that we have amongst ourselves at these conventions when the convention's not actually active. First of all, we're in Chattanooga, Tennessee area. Me and Skunk are down in North Georgia. Joe's up in Chattanooga. Lewis is in Chattanooga, sort of.
Ross.
Joe,
And
by the way,
Dan-
Joe, real quick, I'm
Dan-
sorry to interrupt, John. Joe, can you send me the link to the YouTube because I want to send it around. I want to send it to people. We'll get some viewers on there.
Okay.
All right.
This is our first show on YouTube. Joe started this back in February? We started it on
April 4th.
April 4th on StreamYard.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's still StreamYard. We started on Facebook.
Yeah.
StreamYard just recently updated to allow we can now go to YouTube.
there you go. So this is our first show with a YouTube channel. And YouTube will never be the same.
Oh, there's Gretchen.
There's Gretchen. Uh-oh.
But yeah, I'm gonna pass this around because I think
He just put it up in the private chat.
easier for
Yeah.
people to view this on YouTube as compared to viewing it on Facebook. And
From what I've seen, the YouTube stream is actually a better quality stream. It's more stable
Yeah.
and actually runs faster.
yeah, but like if I post, like if I'm sending the link around to people,
No, it looks like it's running about the same speed. It's only a couple seconds different than YouTube. So
Okay.
but if I'm sending the
Facebook.
link around to people and saying like, hey, check out the show. If they see a Facebook link, they might be less willing to click on it
Okay.
as compared to seeing a YouTube link.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons we're headed this direction.
it's kind of like those magazines that you see in the convenience store about who got arrested and there's mug shots on the cover of the thing.
Bad and busted.
And you that one. And you see, and you say, hey, why is Skunk on the front of that magazine? Huh? And you buy the magazine just to see what the hell he did.
Yeah.
That's like,
Oh, and Lewis,
Uh-huh.
Denise was posting up something about Gretchen having a little anxiety issue.
Uh-huh.
Mothballs.
Well, but we also let her use that area. That's her potty area.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
There's a bad dog comes around and tries to potty in her potty area, and she works real hard putting her scent on there.
electric fencer.
Yeah.
Run
Brian,
a wire around there and you turn it off every time your dog goes out and turn it back on when she comes back in the house.
Brian K. Morris says YouTube makes you look 10 pounds lighter and at least 15 years younger.
Oh goodness, I'm
It's
50
just looking
again.
at me and thinking it's you.
Thanks for tuning in, Brian. We really appreciate it. Brian
And somehow Joe Dog got taller.
Yeah. Brian also runs a show on Facebook and YouTube called Nevermind the Furthermore on Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then he has another show called Clever Title Pending, I think Tuesday. Brian, if you would give me the times real quick. I don't know what the time is. And we'll throw that up there too.
It's 9:10. We just started. Oh, I see what you're saying now.
His show.
Denise?
And
D-Nice? What?
all these comments. Streambook is really taking a while to process all these comments.
Yeah. Is there a lot of comments coming in?
Well, let me see. I did that one at 9 o'clock, and it's 9:10, and it just hit.
Which one?
All of them.
Oh, okay. See, the really interesting thing that I'm very curious about. Yeah, you can see where they are. I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna do one.
Yeah, but we're not getting comments as fast as we should.
We're like 10 minutes
I sent
behind.
one. I just sent one. Right.
Okay.
There's two more comments after Brian K. Morris's comment.
Brian's messages aren't showing up in the.
They won't show up for 10 minutes.
He's commenting.
Wait a minute. There's a new thing.
What?
Some destinations won't get comments. Learn
We're
more.
getting all of them. There's a button down here, and you click it and you tell it where you want the comments from. Mine is set for all destinations, so I can get Joe, stupid, and stupid. What?
Well, here's the thing I was going to say. YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, and Facebook pages will get all of will be able to read and post. You cannot. You can read some of the posts from Facebook groups and Facebook profiles, and from LinkedIn you can read all of the posts. You cannot post.
Yeah.
This one just wait a minute. That one just popped up.
I'm not sure. And then it also says, furthermore, past that, if you're doing a custom RTMP server, you won't be able to read or post. But I also, if you had a custom RTMP server, it would
have
be
money.
public anyway.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get Brian's information out here real quick. Never Mind the Furthermore is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Clever Title Pending is Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. And
I remember him.
Is Brian not going to be on here tonight?
Brian was wonderful. He's a guest we should have back.
Get your camera, Brian. Come on.
He's great. Hey Joe, your the background's gone.
It's not gone. I forgot to turn it on.
There we go. Well, we got to have our clocks, okay?
Yeah. I had that for our other show that we had running. Brian, you're welcome to come back anytime. Brian says sometimes YouTube will dump a lot of comments and you have to scroll back. On the other hand, Facebook won't share all the comments they receive. Yes, we've learned that.
Yes, we have.
But one of the neat things is, no, Brian, we don't want to see that. He says all he's wearing is a smile tonight, and we just don't want to see that. You're right.
I wouldn't be so certain. You're a good-looking man.
I don't know, dude. I at least put on a shirt here.
Yeah, and
I just want to be completely fair. These four goobers, no.
Yeah.
But you.
Yeah, Brian. The thing is, if all you're wearing
we were on YouTube.
If all you're wearing is a smile, the spine licking is probably happening every book within reach, and we just can't do that.
I was just gonna say that I forgot we were on YouTube.
Yep.
We can't talk about things like that. You can't say that on YouTube.
Now you cannot mention the biological event going on right now.
I have which biological event?
The biological event going on right now.
You mean Joe passing gas?
And his camera went out. It was so bad.
I can see Joe Dog making a face that wasn't the face that you were talking about, John. It was the face of disgust at the fact that you actually said it out loud when we're on YouTube, and he didn't want you to. It's why he was trying to be coy.
Yeah, I'm trying to be coy. We're trying to attract a new audience, and the last thing they need is
I saw
us being us.
Joe just
Yeah.
for future reference, you need to hold that closer to the microphone because it doesn't really sound like. There you go.
Oh God! Now it just sounds like you're. Well, I was about to say something. And I remember we're on YouTube, and I have to censor myself, which is silly because I mean, if anybody's seen my YouTube channel,
Yes, folks. 15 minutes into the show, and we're already making poop jokes.
speaking of things on my YouTube channel, though, have you guys seen the thing I posted? Not the most recently, as in like tonight, but something I posted recently, as in like a day or two ago.
No, what is it?
Okay, check this out. Do y'all remember a Worlds of Wonder product from the 1980s called the Action Max?
Nope,
I-
not at all.
You might have seen it. Its most famous use in all of entertainment history. You ever seen the movie Leonard Part 6? The
Yeah.
really bad Bill Cosby movie.
It was
Long
a
time
comedy.
ago.
It was supposed to be funny. You know,
Oh, yeah.
just not for the reason it wound up being funny.
Precisely. There's the scene with the with like the gypsy lady, and she's driving the bus around town all crazy, and things are falling over inside of the bus, and Leonard's holding on for dear life, and she's, they're like running away from the bad guys, and it keeps cutting back and forth to the gypsy woman's kids, and they're playing some kind of light gun video game with like an airplane like flying through the sky, and they're shooting at stuff on the screen with the airplane flying by, right? That's the Action Max. The way it worked is really cool. The game console doesn't do anything. All of the games are VHS tapes. So you put a VHS tape in, and all it is just a light gun shooter. It's just the same thing as playing like Duck Hunt or Area 51 or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? But the VHS tapes were these goofily, like, cheapo produced little films. They're like 20-minute long films that were made by the Worlds of Wonder Corporation. And remember, Worlds of Wonder is the same company that gave us like Teddy Ruxpin and
Laser tag.
and Laser Tag.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of these little videos. There, not a whole bunch. Let me rephrase. There's 5. There's 5. There were supposed to be 6. The 6th one never came out. Company went under before it could happen, but there were 5. One of which was based off of the film Blue Thunder with the helicopters.
Yes.
But the other ones, right? The other ones were all made by Worlds of Wonder and were actually filmed by them. And they got this unique, cheesy, fun charm to them, right? There's 38 Ambush Alley. That is a police academy simulator. You're going through what they call you're going through Ambush Alley to teach you how to be a proper police officer, to know which target identification. You can't shoot the woman who's holding the groceries or the guy who's holding the umbrella, but you shoot the person who's holding a gun on you, sort of thing.
Scenario.
Cardboard cutout sort of thing. You got Sonic Fury, which was the one that was featured in Leonard Part 6. It's F-16s flying around, shooting down MiG-29s, and you are supposedly the gunner of this. You're using a little handheld plastic pistol, but you're the gunner of this F-16 that's flying around. I'm not sure how that works, but okay.
All right.
Then there was one called The Rescue of Pops Ghostly. And The Rescue of Pops Ghostly is so cheesy because it's about, let's see, I think there's 2 humans in the entire production. 2 humans and a dog, and everything else is like puppets and Amiga graphics that were done on like an old school Amiga computer. So like some CGI, which I mean obviously probably cost some money. And like this funky like synthwave soundtrack that goes along with it, and all the puppets are goofy looking. Like every single one of them's goofy looking. They're all done in this really cool effect where they're like, part of it's video toaster, part of it's just like film layering. So you get this really cool translucent effect and stuff. It's a really goofy video, but it's a lot of fun. I showed it to my nephew when he was like real little. He loved it because he was a big Ghostbusters fan, thanks to his dad. and he thought it was great because you get to shoot the ghosts. It's a lot of fun. I told all of that long story to tell this story. I went through and I took clips out of the video, and then I just superimposed my own audio with just whatever.
All right. But yeah, what Brian, when we were talking about the biological event, he calls it the My Sharona, Miley Cyrus, Peter pandemic.
I think he's just trying to get us in trouble with YouTube censors with that one. Now, that's the thing to say that, like, none of my videos on YouTube, because I do a lot of parody edits, none of my videos on YouTube can really be monetized because of this. That one especially, I actually had to cut out a few seconds of the footage, more than a few seconds of the footage, to get past the copyright censors because it was blocking it in literally every country. All because of one clip I made.
All right. What was that?
There was a meme that was on the internet. It was on Vine and stuff. It's the woman smacking the pans around it, going, "I ain't got no sleep because of y'all, so y'all ain't gonna get no sleep because of me." Set to that song. It's like, I think it's a Beyonce song. The "Give It to Me, I'm Worth It." I don't know. It's a. What am I saying?
Oh, dang, Brian!
You guys listen to this newer music.
Brian could say more. He shouldn't have mentioned Miley Cyrus. You don't know where she's been. Oh,
anyway, that
pretty much tells everybody where she's been.
That particular audio clip got me in a lot of trouble. Yeah. But when I cut it down, right? Because YouTube, this is really cool. This is something I found out. YouTube has an automatic, this portion of the video gets you in trouble button, and will actually just clip the audio for you. And then it tells you, like, go back and watch the audio and make sure it clipped correctly. But if you're doing something like what I'm doing with, like, these parody edits and stuff like that, if you click the button, I actually did a pretty good job of just cutting it down to the funny part, which was like, it cut it down to like just, it's like chuffa. Just remove the part we don't need and get directly to the funny part. So that was good. But the other clips that were in there were just so much goofy stuff. Just replacing the audio with just random things. It was fun.
Hey,
another one with that Ambush Alley video. It's going to be really funny. I'm going to do the entire video this time though. So it's been a while, and I got to make a lot of different jokes one after another, trying to figure out, like, how do I make this funny?
Yeah. And Lewis, so was there any roof damage?
No.
You lucked out.
One little dent in the gutter.
Roof damage? What?
Yeah, I had a fall on my house during a storm Monday night.
I didn't hear about that. I'm sorry, dude.
A big tree, but
of course I had to post up. I said, what have y'all done over there to make the tree so mad at y'all?
I don't know, because I'm preserving as many as I can.
That's what the third tree that I know of.
Well, we had 2 years ago, we had one tree fall down. It was a 60-foot tall tree in our neighbor's yard, and it was a 60-foot long tree in our yard. So we had to have that one cut up and removed. Then
just a few months ago,
March. Was it March? We had a little mini tornado come through.
Yeah, something like that.
We had 2 trees come down very close to the same area, and one of them, I guarantee you, was at least 200 years old, because I was counting rings and I was getting bleary-eyed after 100, and I wasn't even halfway
through.
Yeah,
and it
was literally here during the Civil War.
Yeah, and that and you've got like just a random door in your backyard, right?
Hey, it's not random. It's a door to a secret garden.
Okay.
You can go through that door. It opens up to a secret garden.
And all 3 trees missed the door.
Yeah, that's if you think about it, it's really crazy, because the door is just there in the middle of the yard. I dug two 2 holes that were about a foot deep, and put the posts, the doors mount. I made a frame for the door out of 4x4s, and I put them in the holes and filled them up with cement. So really, that's the only support.
The doors.
is. The door is just out there. I mean, if the tree would fall on it, it would crush it. But I mean, one tree fell in front of the door. The other trees fell behind the door.
It's
I'm thinking about moving the door to my back deck to keep the house safe.
that'll work. All right.
All right, guys. I'm watching both the YouTube stream
Yeah.
and the StreamYard stream.
Yeah.
The color balance is much better on StreamYard, and we are very much in sync in StreamYard. We're a little delayed on YouTube, and the color balance is not very good. It looks like the flag behind me is the flames of the very bad place that people get sent when they've been very bad people in one religion that's popular in the South.
Yeah.
And Joe Dog, everything behind you that is yellow is extremely yellow.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, it is a little. The YouTube is very blurry.
Yeah, it's not quite as sharp either. It might be in the replay,
Oh, there.
but not in
Wait.
the stream.
Joe just popped up. He looks better. I look better. Lewis looks better. Waiting on Dan.
Yeah.
Mm.
When I first brought it up, it was blurry. Now everything's starting to sharpen up. So
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any changes. Actually, there you go.
Flip back
For
and forth.
mine, the laptop is covering up the.
What'd you say, Skunk?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm flipping back and forth, and when it's in focus, or rather when it's not all buffered or whatever, it's exactly the same. Like, I mean, there's no difference. When it gets all blurry, that's when it's losing fidelity. That's when things start to look weird. But
Okay.
for the most part, for me, it seems to be just fine. I've noticed it gets blurry from time to time, but I don't know if that's on my end or if that's StreamYard. I'm assuming StreamYard since y'all are seeing it too.
That's StreamYard because that happens to Brian Moore sometimes. It just, I mean, his stream gets so bad that I actually click out of it and come back.
And I'm kind of wondering, does it do that to YouTube as well?
Yeah, it does it on YouTube. It's StreamYard.
So
Them's the breaks.
the comments have been going crazy as well for me. I don't know if anybody else is seeing that, but like comments are appearing and disappearing and showing up at the wrong times, and it's just I don't know. It's Facebook and YouTube and just.
Yeah, they're not lining up.
No, I mean, they're lining up. They're showing up in the correct order, but they're appearing at weird times. Like Linetta's just appeared for me. In what universe is 5 equal a whole lot?
Yeah.
And,
well, let's quit doing. Let's quit people talking about YouTube and stuff like here.
5 is
Get back to the show.
5 is a lot more than 0. Linetta.
Yeah.
That's what universe.
Yeah. What I'm going to say is,
show John
to our YouTube people, please like and subscribe, like our videos, subscribe to our page, and put your notification on because that actually helps the algorithms, as I call it.
I went ahead and did it, and I'm on the show.
Yeah.
I did.
You say, Lewis?
He did invent the internet.
Yeah, he did invent the internet. So when they say algorithms, I say it's algorithms.
Oh,
okay. Just so everybody knows, Joe runs a couple of local sci-fi. He runs Halocon and a couple other sci-fi fantasy conventions here in the Chattanooga area. I go to a lot of science fiction conventions in the area. Lewis
Dude, we hurt Skunk.
Lewis works at a local radio station as a news broadcaster. Skunk is a local electronic geek. Does local wrestling, does shows and mixing boards and computer stuff. And
I am a jack of all trades and a master of none. Better
well,
than
you got the jack part right. Anyway,
That was uncalled for.
there have been many, many, many really cool people in the world named Jack, Dan. I will not have you beseech their name. Ugh. If I can get that out.
Besmirch.
And Dan is a writer. He's written several books and a hooligan.
I don't think Skunk saw that.
Hey,
Oh, I saw it. I just had no response.
Lewis, you're going to have to make another one of those with the arrow pointing the other way. You know that.
Look, the fact
Or
that
pointing up.
Pointing
And one pointing up and one pointing down.
down, and one pointing to the left. The fact of the matter is that, hey, I gotta say, it's on the money.
Oh, you're the money? Okay.
No, I'm not the money. That's why the sign is pointing in the right direction. Oh God, I don't want to.
It's on
I'll go
the
into it.
money, he said.
I will go into all of it.
behind
All
stream.
the drama going on right now. I'll go into it on the stupid after show.
After show, and the after show
After
will
show,
not,
yes.
after show will not be on YouTube.
No.
That's only going to be on Facebook.
Only going to be on Facebook.
That's the show we get naked on. Yeah.
You got to be members of an exclusive club in order to do that one.
Yep.
Bow chicka wow wow.
In your dreams, boy. In your dreams.
Hey, not
you
everybody
four-
can handle the after show.
With you four, it's in my nightmares.
Yeah.
What was that Alice Cooper song now?
Welcome to my nightmare.
My
Welcome to
nightmares.
my breakdown.
Hey, there's Carl Whitzman. Carl Whitzman
Really?
has a Uncle Carl's. He has to do a super secret private show because you think we get blue. He's almost purple.
Oh, you haven't seen anything, Joe. You put me on a short leash. Let me off my leash one night. Even the
Carl-
nights I've been too drunk to know what I was doing, I was being nice.
Hey, Carl, if you would shoot me a quick message, I will send you a link and drag you into this madness.
I keep seeing messages appearing and disappearing even on Facebook now, John. I just saw your message disappear.
Yeah.
Or did you delete it?
No, I've been watching them pop up and down the whole show.
But like even on Facebook.
Yes, I know.
That's so weird.
Hey, Will. Lynette is saying, hey, Will.
We're crossing the streams. That's the problem.
Oh God. That was one of the jokes, by the way, I made in that Rescue of Pop's Ghostly video was Ghostbusters.
Carl Whitzman says he's not dressed for it tonight. Good grief.
Nobody wearing clothes.
It's a pandemic. Everybody is quarantined at home naked.
Oh,
That's why Renaissance paintings are always of people who are eating and they're lounging around and they're not wearing any clothes and they've gained a little bit of weight.
Quarantined during the Black Death.
Don't blame it all on Peter Paul Rubens. Yeah.
now what would you say,
They're
Lewis?
just going, well, we gonna party like it's 17 or
$15.95.
14.99.
I said retail sales of clothing is way down, like 35% right now.
Gee, I wonder why.
But that's hurting Malaysia.
Yeah.
Buying new clothes.
Do you know you guys want to hear one of my favorite jokes from Robin Hood Men in Tights?
What?
When they have to send a fox, and they show the box that they're about to let the fox out of, and it says 14th century fox.
Yes. That was so cute.
The little fox ran fast too. I know they sped the footage up, but he was still hauling But even before they did that,
You know, of course.
it's gone. Foxes are adorable.
Yeah,
wanna
we've got
tell you
one that comes up in the backyard every once in a while.
I don't want to tell you about
not
the
very
horrible
often.
I don't want to tell you about the horrible things I've been listening to on podcasts because we're on YouTube and I'll get in trouble.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to announce the arrival of Carl Witzman. I was going to let you play.
Okay.
Oh, he is here. Well, I thought you
Hello.
said you weren't dressed. You're wearing a shirt.
Yeah, he threw a shirt on.
Oh, I had this shirt on.
Hey, Lewis, you were about to say something.
Yeah.
You were about to say something.
I was waiting
okay.
for Carl.
Cool.
Hello.
Carl is a bourbon drinking whiskey aficionado.
That too. That too. Whiskey, rum, gin, vodka, tequila, whatever.
Brian K. Morris says, "Yay, Carl!"
Is that Brian around?
Like that?
Yeah.
That's
that-
good. Yeah.
That's a little thing I'm working on for a friend of the show, actually. Who you need to get him on, Joe. You
Who?
need to get him on. Leroy.
Leroy, I'm trying to get Leroy. What is that? Old Forge rum?
Uh-huh.
There we go. Woohoo!
Cool. Wait a minute. Is that the Tennessee flag on that thing?
Yes.
It might be. It's
The
from
3 stars. Yeah, that's the Three Rivers emblem.
Yeah. Tennessee made. This is since 1830. I'm gonna put a little bit of that in my Sprite here.
Okay.
Get ready for the
Almost
show.
as old as I am.
Did you say Three Rivers symbol?
Yeah, the Three Rivers emblem.
Thought it was the 3 cities.
Okay. It's the 3 grand divisions. East,
Yeah.
Middle,
Oh, we always called it, the National Guard calls it the Three Rivers emblem because it had the rivers in with it also. And the headquarters is up near Knoxville, where the Three Rivers formed to make the Tennessee River.
Yeah.
See, I always heard it was the 3 cities because there's a company, 3 Star Brewing or something like that.
Ah.
Or no, not brewing. It was they were a vape company, I think. I'm trying to remember now. But anyway, they had a line of products that they came out with. Like I said, it was either beer or vapes, vape juice. But it was each one was named after an area code, and it was the 856, and I don't know what Memphis and Nashville were. And 423 wasn't on there. I said, you guys should get a 423. And they were like, well, it's the 3 stars on the flag. Why would we include Chattanooga? Chattanooga's not a major city in Tennessee. And I was like, oh, I guess.
Excuse
Dan-
me.
Dan can back me up on this. I remember when Tennessee had one area code.
615, the whole damn state.
That was a long time ago.
Have I ever told the story of discovering that area code does not mean whether or not you're calling long distance?
Yes.
Hold that on here? Okay.
Yeah.
Because you made me
No,
think
you
about it
said
when
that
you
backwards. Long distance doesn't mean a different area code.
Yeah. I racked up a huge phone bill calling Rome constantly because I thought 706 meant, well, I live in 706.
Yeah.
It's not long distance. If I want to
Yeah.
call Illinois, I got to dial a different area code.
Carl, there are certain areas in where we're at down in
Yeah.
Tennessee and Georgia that you could actually call across the house across the street and it'd be a long distance call.
Yeah, we used to have those in Illinois too.
Not anymore. Not anymore. It's changed now thanks to these little things right here.
Competition.
This thing right here.
Yeah.
You can call anywhere. They don't care.
Yeah.
Now you can call anywhere and it's free.
All right. I'm going to solo screen Carl here, and Joe, we're going to ask Carl the 3 questions.
Oh,
So I will give you, so go ahead now, ask Carl the 3 questions, and I'll bring him up full screen.
Let me get another shot of liquor here then.
Carl,
Better
Not
make it
that
2, Carl.
I ask all my guests when they come in, I ask them 3 questions. I ask all 3 of them at the same time, and then you can work it from there. It is, who are you? What do you do? And how the heck did you end up here?
All right. My name's Carl Witzman. I used to be a counselor, an IT professional, and now a writer. And I do a humor group. And that's probably how I ended up here.
So where are you from?
Oh, around the Danville, Illinois area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've listened to or sat in on some of your shows, and Lord have mercy, it embarrassed me.
That
You
ain't
can get a
easy to
little-
do.
I'm sorry?
Do
That
what?
ain't easy to do to embarrass Joe Dog. Believe me,
really?
I've tried a time or two.
All right.
Hmm.
Yeah. We get it going, and my wife gets going. And after a couple drinks, we just let it fly.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you're in a part of Illinois I've never been to before.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, so I've been in like the southwest region of Illinois, like St. Louis area. I've been in
Yeah.
the northeast with Chicago, and I've been dead center with Bloomington and Pontiac. But I've never been on that eastern ridge right there. That's you guys are right on the border of like Indiana.
Oh yeah. If we go to a restaurant on the east side of town, all our clocks on our phones change because it thinks we're in Indiana.
Hmm.
We live Chattanooga's
west.
Yeah.
Chattanooga's right on the southern border with Georgia. So literally half of what you do in Chattanooga is pretty much down in Georgia.
Yeah.
It's really interesting if you decide to head out west on Interstate 24 from Chattanooga and start driving, left of here. If you can start in Georgia, go into Tennessee, go back into Georgia, and then back into Tennessee, and never get off the interstate.
And go through Alabama to get to if you're in Chattanooga, but you have to go through Alabama to get to Nashville. Figure that one out.
Well, no, you can take 24 the entire way.
Yeah.
You can take 24 the entire. You have to go through Georgia in order to do it.
And get this, you've only gone 10 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's
Is
such
there a river involved down there?
Yeah,
a few of them.
rivers and mountains. We got
okay.
three states and 2 time zones right here around the Chattanooga area. So.
When you go through that little strip of Georgia, it's so short they don't even change the exit numbers. Did you know how whenever you enter a new state, it starts over again? It's like 1, 2. No, they don't even bother because they're like, what are we gonna do?
You're only going to be here for 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exit 1, followed immediately by exit 1.
Yeah. Makes
Now,
sense.
Lewis, talking about the time zone changes, the Walmart on Signal Mountain Road,
Yeah.
there's a certain spot in the store that you can stand and just move your phone back and forth and change time zones.
Yo, dog, you got way too much time on your hands.
Well, no, that was it's right on that Walmart. Literally,
Here,
the back of their parking lot is the Tennessee River.
As we're going up, because we would go up to Nashville. Obviously, we can't not right now because of COVID, but we used to go up to Nashville all the time for wrestling shows. And so me and the TWE crew would be heading up to Nashville. And on the way up there, we'd all be at a certain point on 24 as we're going past Raccoon Mountain. We'd all be looking at our phones. Yes. Yeah, it's right.
Hey, Blake.
Time.
Hey, Blake, how you doing?
And then on the way home, and be like, "Oh, we just gained an hour. It's 2:00 in the morning. Anybody want Waffle House?"
Do y'all have Waffle Houses that far up?
No.
No, they don't.
Do they have Huddle House?
No,
We don't even have that.
no.
They got IHOPs.
They have IHOP. They have
IHOP.
IHOP and Denny's.
What's that
Most of the
German
huddle
one that they
houses
used to
in
have up
Georgia
north?
have gone bankrupt.
There used to be something I can't remember what it's called. It had a German name, something house, something house that they used to have up north.
HAUS. I see the sign. I just
I
can't.
don't recall those here.
It was kind of like Waffle House, only it kind of had a German theme to it, but it was all breakfast food. It was Waffle House food.
Oh, they like in the TV show Dead Like Me.
Okay. And they just changed the name of it depending on what state it's in.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, what
We,
y'all need
we
to
were
watch.
lucky we got a Shoney's at one point, and then they went out of business here. So
Yeah.
Now, did y'all have Shoney's or Freisch's?
it was a Shoney's.
Okay.
We were like, yes, because we've traveled down all the way to Florida and back, and so we would eat at Shoney's and Waffle House and all that good stuff. And we were like, why can't we have something like that here? And we got a Shoney's, and it lasted a couple years, and then they decided, no, not making enough money, even though it was full all the time.
We had what was Perkins? We used to have out there at
Perkins?
Hamilton Place.
Had
That
one.
place, that was a 24-hour restaurant that was full all the time, and for some reason, just went out of business.
Yeah. I had a Perkins in Illinois on my trip a couple weeks ago.
Hmm.
And,
Had a really good beef chips and noodles dinner.
Oh.
they cooked everything, and if you worked in the pizza, I delivered pizza. When you stayed and closed the pizza restaurant, when you got done, there was no place to eat except Wawa Wow. And everybody went out to. There'd be like 20, 30 pizza delivery guys hanging out at Perkins at 2 a.m.
Wow.
Oh, now
Well, you know, being Chattanoogan and everything, I remember many times we'd be walking. You know, last call had already happened, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, walking out of JJ's, and everybody's like, City Cafe's within walking distance. Let's go there. Because none of us could drive, and we were responsible alcoholics.
City Cafe is like a privately owned. It used to be a Denny's.
yeah.
And then somebody bought it out and started a new restaurant there.
And
Their food's good. Their desserts are better.
the food, what's great about the food is that the food is great. And then you're surprised because the food is great, but on top of that, you're not just getting what you pay for, you're getting extra because they load you down with food. I mean, you buy a $12 plate, and I know you're thinking like $12 plate of food, that's ridiculous. But you understand they give you enough food to feed you for 3 days.
Wow.
They're if you get an order of fries for your hamburger, it's about the size of 3 orders of fries anywhere else.
You get they take the plate, right? You put the burger on one side of the plate, and the rest of the plate is fries. I like really good cheesesteaks there
You're
too.
talking about restaurants. John, you get into Fort O much?
Yes,
Okay. So you know there's a Del Taco about to open up.
yes, there is. I'm
I
hardly
just saw
wait.
it today. I just saw it today when I was at work, and I literally the words that came out of my mouth I can't say because we're on YouTube and we'll get in trouble. Let's just say it was 4 letters and figure it out from there.
Team America.
Exactly.
Okay.
It was, I was saying because I literally turned and went Del Taco.
And
Yeah.
I miss those. In Georgia, Taco Bell always built right next door to a Del Taco and drove them out of business with cheaper prices, but crappier food. The
Yeah.
Del Taco was quality food
Mhm.
and good prices,
now,
but the
isn't East
Taco
Ridge,
Bell.
isn't East Ridge supposed to be getting a Del Taco also?
Well, East
Nah,
Ridge.
who cares? It's East Ridge.
Oh,
Say
See,
what, Lewis?
East Ridge had one years ago. Many years ago.
I know they're building another one somewhere.
Hmm.
They're building 2, but I can't remember where the other one is.
I don't know. The only one that I know of for sure
Is Fort O.
in Fort O.
But whenever a really good chain restaurant shows up in this area, in any location, doesn't matter where it is, it starts spreading like wildfire because of the fact that people here in Chattanooga are cultured. We like good food.
Well,
We
the thing is-
want good food. And so when good food shows up, it spreads like wildfire. They had 1 Jack's in Fort Oglethorpe. And within a month, they were like, nah, we're going to build like 6 more. We're going to put one in East Ridge. We're going to put one in Dalton. I mean,
Well, actually, the
all over the
the
place.
first one was in Tiftonia, probably 5 years ago.
Hmm.
Tiftonia doesn't count. That's really far away.
Hey, Tiftonia is great. They've got 2 Waffle Houses on the
Houses.
same exit.
I'm just saying.
They literally have a Waffle House on
is
either
far
side
away.
of the interstate, a northbound and a southbound Waffle House.
And a Cracker Barrel within a block.
There you
And
go.
I'm just saying Tiftonia is really far away. I'm not saying Tiftonia is bad. I'm just saying Tiftonia, you can't count Tiftonia as part of Chattanooga. It's enough of a distance away to not be part of the Chattanooga metropolitan area.
Yeah.
The
What-
Chattanooga metropolitan area is, if you live in this area, you are driving distance to Chattanooga, and not, I mean, it's good. What, 45 minutes at the earliest to get to Tiftonia? Why'd you mute your mic?
Be right back.
Oh, okay.
Skunk.
What, 45 minutes at the earliest to get to Tiftonia?
No. Well, I mean, it depends on where you're at. It's only 10 minutes outside of Chattanooga, if that.
From what part of Chattanooga, though?
Downtown.
From downtown?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just drive down the river. Just drive along the river. I mean,
Literally,
I might be broken just because of 24 traffic, though.
yeah, that, well,
nobody
okay.
calls it
Yeah.
Tiftonia anymore. It's Lookout Valley. It's
But-
the first exit after the 27 split.
Second exit.
I'll give you another example, though. I'll give you another example, though, of what I'm talking about. Guthrie's. They opened that Guthrie's on Signal Mountain. And I remember when that happened because people were texting me being like, are you any relation to this chicken restaurant? I'm like, no. What chicken restaurant? They're like, there's a chicken restaurant called Guthrie's
There's one in Florida. There's one
on
in
Signal
Ringgold,
Mountain.
right next to the food line.
Well, here was the thing. That Guthrie's opened up there on Signal Mountain. People started raving about the food. They opened a location in Ringgold. They opened a location in Trenton. They were talking about possibly opening a location in Ottawa, but I never heard anything else about it after that.
Right. This is I-75 or I-24 right outside of Chattanooga. There's the Waffle House on the eastbound lane or
Yep.
westbound lane.
And
There's the Waffle House on the eastbound.
yeah, over by the Red Roof and the Super 8. The the restaurant I'm waiting to come to Chattanooga because they're all over East Tennessee. Once you get far up enough 75, every major city has one of these, and they're awesome. And it's Witch Witch. You guys had Witch Witch?
Which is
Never
which?
heard of it.
It's a sandwich shop.
It is an amazing sandwich shop. Louis, you look bummed by that statement.
No. I was trying to explain when you were trying to explain how these restaurants start multiplying.
Mhm.
What it is first you've got to have a franchise owner.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got to go to Witch and say, I want to put restaurants in the Chattanooga area. They will check. Oh, we don't have any there yet. Yeah, you can have that franchise. And so they sign a contract, they get the plans, they spend the money, and then they build a restaurant. Now, if the restaurant is doing well, then they have the option to build more. So that's what happens is you have to have a franchise owner first. All these restaurants are franchises.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gotcha. So there's one franchise gets
Yeah.
put in the area, like this Del
in
Taco.
this area, all the Hardee's are owned by the same company,
Mm-hmm.
local company, and they have a contract with Hardee's. They have to maintain a certain look of the restaurant. They have to build it by their plans. They have to buy the plans from Hardee's corporate. They have to buy all their food through corporate means. Everything has to be done through corporate and with their rules, but it is locally owned. So
Is that why whenever I go up to Knoxville or to Johnson City or any of those other areas in East Tennessee, when I see a Hardee's, it's not just a Hardee's, it's a Hardee's red burrito.
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why we don't have
That Hardee's franchise also has a deal with Red Burrito.
Oh.
Fayette is probably the closest party / red burrito in this area.
Wait, Lafayette?
Lafayette. Yeah.
Is there a red burrito in Lafayette? Where's it at? I've never seen it.
It's right over 27 as you're going down into town before you hit downtown. It's on the right-hand side.
Is that Lafayette or La Follette?
Lafayette.
Actually, if you're from there, it's Lafayette.
Well,
Yeah, Carl, that's
Hey, Carl.
No, that's a serious question. My mother is from La Follette.
No.
No. You're thinking of La Follette. That's a totally different place. Totally different
That's
spelling.
way on up there. That's almost
Yeah.
into Kentucky.
We're talking about Georgia. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Unless you're from
Carl-
Tennessee and you're talking about Woodville.
Yeah.
The capital F. So it's Lafayette.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But Carl,
I know what
let's
you're talking about. I pass
yeah.
by it all the time, and I don't remember seeing a red burrito there. So I'll
Let's-
stop by there tomorrow.
Yeah. Skunk, let's explain Lafayette to Carl. When you look at the name of the town written out,
Yeah.
you're going to say Lafayette.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
We call it Lafayette.
Well, just because I know Lafayette, Indiana.
Yeah.
But Lewis
Yeah.
has explained it.
Yeah.
It's
And
the lowercase f versus the uppercase f.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Makes all the difference.
Yep.
Down here it does.
and they'll fight you over calling it Lafayette.
On the other, well, I was gonna say on the other hand, we also have two other cities in Tennessee that are pronounced Woodville, which
Woodville.
Joe Dog just mentioned, and also Murrayville.
Murrayville.
They're not spelled that way at all. They're spelled Whitwell and Maryville. But if you pronounce it that way, it's
People
fighting.
look at you like, where?
Yeah. We've got a little town up here called, it's L and then it's apostrophe Arable. But they all call it Larrable. And I'm like, okay, La Arable I could see, but Larrable? Okay, whatever. You know, it's your town. Call it whatever you want.
Well,
Yep,
no,
there's
Brian,
one.
because
There's one on the way to my family reunion that is and always has been since my youth, Lake City, but now it's spelled Rocky Top.
I remember when they changed their name.
I'm gonna respond to Brian real quick.
Mhm.
I know how to pronounce Lafayette. I know how to pronounce Lafayette for a multitude of reasons, none of which have anything to do with the usual reasons that people know how to pronounce it. Like, you know, I'm a big fan of certain comedians or certain people in history or stuff like that. Now, I already knew how to pronounce it because I'm a jerk, and I would do that to people from Lafayette all the time. I knew how to pronounce it, quote unquote, correctly. I just didn't bother because I thought saying Lafayette was funny because I'm putting a French thing on. It's like when Stephen Colbert, he would say Colbert all the time. He's Colbert, and he went into an interview with somebody from Fox News. I don't remember who it was. And he was like, why don't you pronounce your name Colbert like it's spelled? And he was like, because it's French. And he's like, are you French or are you American? He's like, well, I'm American, but I pronounce it the French way to annoy you.
Here you go.
And now just for another dig, his sister says Colbert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
That's even better.
if you look at my mailing address, it's Colbert, Georgia. And my oldest girl loves Stephen Colbert and insists on the French pronunciation. But I remember when he was still Stephen Colbert. He shifted after
Oh, yeah.
he had gotten the show started.
Oh, yeah.
In the early days, it was just Colbert.
Talking
No,
about
it was. I remember that.
pronunciations,
Yeah.
there is a hospital here in town that was founded more than 100 years ago by the Baroness d'Arlange. And and we call it Erlanger. The name is pronounced Erlanger.
I did not know that. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it that from now on.
Dumbed it down to Erlanger.
There you go.
Because
Now-
everything that's French it sounds cooler, does it not?
Now,
Yeah, but you got to throw in so many E's and apostrophes.
Yeah.
hey, Carl, I'm going to give you a name of a town for your next story.
Uh-oh.
If it's ever a little small town.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You see him skunk holding his eyes.
Yes,
I'm waiting for it. I'm
No,
waiting
no, no. Grootly Lager's a good one, but Saudi Daisy.
good old economy.
for it. Good old Saudi Daisy.
SODDY
Okay.
Daisy.
I had it.
Daisy.
Dash.
Yeah,
That's how they spell it up there in Saudi Daisy too. SODDY Daisy.
Yeah.
No. You got to get the hyphen in there because it's a metropolis.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's one city that was made up of two little towns, Saudi and Daisy.
and they couldn't stand each other.
Nope.
Ooh. That's always
I can't
good.
stand him either.
It's a really good story.
That's like up here we have Champaign, Urbana that are, pretty big cities,
Yeah.
But Champaign thinks it's better, and Urbana thinks it's better, and that's where the more rich people live in Urbana, and all the college professors that teach at the college live in Urbana, so they think that they are so urbane and classy, and look down at Champaign people, like, what the hell? You're one city. Go with
Blake Wilson says, "How about bell buckle, not belt buckle? Bell buckle."
buckle.
Yeah.
Bell buckle. Well, you know what I really like though is the fact that me and John live in currently. I'll get to that later. Me and John live in Ringgold, and it is spelled ring gold as one word,
2 G's.
2 G's.
Mhm.
But everybody around here pronounce it Rangold. And they know they're wrong. But they do it on purpose because it's the accent. The accent coming out now. Rangold. I live in old Rangold.
Fighters.
Yeah.
Well, how about Marietta, Georgia?
Marietta?
Marietta.
No, it's Marietta. They will fight you over that.
No. I discontention with that one because I've been to Marietta. I've met people. I know people from Marietta, and they pronounce it Marietta. I've heard people pronounce it the way that you said it, and they're wrong.
No, they just don't live there. They drive through.
Of course, we can't mention towns from the South. We really can't mention towns from the South without mentioning Atlanta.
Atlanta?
No, Atlanta. There's no T in Atlanta.
What's that? Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yep.
We have a Cairo, Illinois, but people down there pronounce it Cairo because
Yep.
they don't want to be associated with Egypt.
No, they pronounce it the same way they do the syrup.
Cairo syrup,
Yep.
but it's spelled differently than the Cairo syrup. It's spelled Cairo like Egypt,
Like Egypt, yeah.
but they pronounce it Cairo, and you can't convince them otherwise.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a town in Alabama not too far from here, Arab. It is not Arab. It's
It's
Arab.
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 Arab. And really awesome thing about Arab is that it was featured in an episode of Top Gear. They were freaking out about it because of the fact that it's named Arab and they shot their own sign.
We're changing the name of this town.
Oh, that's so fun. I used to drive around. I drive around for a living now, but I used to drive around for a living, collect money out of coin operated machinery, and that was one of my locations. was Arab. I had one stop in Arab, and it was a gas station, and I would get the money out of the air machine that they had there. Very nice people there, actually. It's definitely a one-horse town, though.
Here's one.
At least a one stoplight. At least a one stoplight down.
Here's one for you, Skunk. You know this one.
Laverne. You know what? I've been there, but I've never heard anybody else pronounce it. What is it supposed to be pronounced as? Because I've always pronounced it Laverne.
Blake says Blake knows it, and Heather says she can pronounce that one. That's just the next town over from where she's at.
Where she lives, yeah.
I always say French words, you just pronounce the first, 3/4 of the word, and you don't have time to pronounce the rest of it. I am too tired from making love and smoking all night.
Tennessee has some great names for towns, though. I think one of my favorite jokes was from the old cartoon series Homestar Runner. It's like, I like the name of your town, Murfreesboro.
Now there is one county in
there
Georgia.
You go. That's how you pronounce it, Skunk.
It's
Lavergene.
pronounced Tolliver County, but it's spelled Taliaferro.
I'm
not sure exactly how you get there from here.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you my favorite one of all time when we're talking, and this is Illinois for you, Carl. So you'll enjoy this because it was where I was raised. Well, actually, technically part of my life I was raised in Georgia, but it was where I spent the first 5 years of my life. A little town called Des Plaines, Illinois. And it always drove me nuts that Des Plaines is pronounced Des Plaines when Des Moines is pronounced Des Moines.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted to be like Tattoo on Fantasy Island. Des Plaines.
Exactly. That's how it should be pronounced. But
Hey, Joe, pop mine up and see if anybody wants to give that one a try.
There you go.
Ottawa.
No.
That's another town.
Dan's looking at the wrong one.
Well, the right one hasn't popped up on the damn chat yet, so
it's on the screen.
Right under your chin.
I'm going to say Chotapatulas.
You're close. You're almost there.
That's how they say Timothy in Cajun.
Shut the. I can't say that. We're on Facebook or YouTube.
It's Chapatulas.
Chapatulas. Okay.
Shoppa.
I also chopped
to the
some
chopper. Tulis.
that looks positively Mayan.
And make it a song.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Mayan. Yeah.
And here's another town. President Reagan renamed this town to Utah.
Yeah, it's
What was it named before?
it's
Ottawa.
spelled Ottawa. Ottawa. And I would say a good 75-25 split on that. Most people pronounce it Ottawa with the L. But Heather is 100% correctly with the people that pronounce it Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Guys, let me ask Carl a question.
All right.
Hey, Carl, you have Ooltewah, OOLTEWAH High School. What do you think their mascot is? The owl.
Oh, an owl.
Now, Brian just popped up one in the chat room that is very, very close to me. And actually, that is the way I pronounced it the first time that I ever read the sign as I was driving through the town. And then somebody very, very gently corrected me. It is Dacula, not Dacula. And I'm going, wait a minute. Bela Lugosi's pissed about that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, the language, Dan, the language. We're on YouTube. You're gonna get us suspended.
Dan broke the barrier.
Oh well,
Sorry.
everybody, timestamp it. 1 minute, 10 seconds, or no, 1 hour, 10 minutes. I can't
And
read.
here I was behaving myself.
Well, thank you,
Yeah,
Carl.
well, I have a problem with behaving myself.
And I just got the notice.
Good night, everybody.
Dang.
Oh,
No, I'm just messing with you.
No, it's still my favorite though. Still my favorite.
Joe, you don't have any Japanese bowling to show or anything?
No, that I'm not going to break
or-
into your
not on
territory.
YouTube.
Thank you.
Not
I
on YouTube. Not on YouTube.
appreciate it.
We'll save that for Facebook.
Yeah.
We found a girl that was on a video, and she sells bikinis in Tokyo.
Joe Dog, get the good night, everybody ready.
Hold
Well,
on.
we cut a little bit of her video out, and since she's speaking Japanese, nobody understands it anyway. We play her in our show, and I translate for her what she's saying, and you can imagine how well that goes.
Joe Dog, is that anything like the like our favorite horse?
Sorry, Nana. Oh, our horse.
Yeah, is that anything like our favorite horse? Maybe Carl should get introduced to the horse.
Oh, our favorite horse. Yes, Carl, you love our favorite horse.
That's my second favorite horse. I don't
Well,
want to tell you who my
Mr. Ed-
first favorite. My first favorite horse would like to remain unidentified because I'm a furry. Thank you.
It's kind of a trademark, you know. I have to keep that up so I don't lose the little copyright insignia.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry, Nana is Carl's
Oh yeah.
saying when ever they say something that's risque or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Nana.
We had a girl in our group that every time she cursed on Facebook, her grandmother would say, "Now you were brought up better than that," and this is post would go on and on for a while, you know. And she'd say, "Sorry, Nana." So we started imitating this girl, and every time we curse, we have to put that up on the screen.
I have two things I want to say about that. One, great minds think alike. That also happens on the Christopher Titus podcast.
Oh,
Comedian Christopher Titus, whenever they would get into something really, really awful or risque or something like that, Christopher and his, I think they're married now, but Rachel they would both turn to the screen and be like, "Sorry, Grandma," because I knew Rachel's grandmother would say something about it. Also, I also want to point out the second thing. I had two grandmothers. Obviously, one of them is no longer with us. My grandma, Laverne. She's a wonderful lady. Laveda, not Laverne. I'm sorry. I was thinking about Laverne earlier. Laveda. She's passed away. Rest her soul. And my other grandmother, Penny, she's still alive. And both of them were the filthiest old ladies you'd ever met in your life. One of them was a swinging pot smoking hippie, and the other one was a pack a day, 6-pack a day, pack of smokes a day, 6-pack of beer a day. Hard working blue collar lady from Illinois or actually from Kentucky. And she moved to Illinois. She lived in Pontiac, and both of them would tell the filthiest jokes you've ever heard in your life to make their husbands blush. They were wonderful ladies.
yeah, that's my mother-in-law was like that too, and a little bit. And her daughter didn't fall far from that tree. I gotta apologize for her more than I do for my cursing.
You know what trips me up? My sister. I sometimes, and I get it. You know, she's trying to provide the best environment for her children. I get it, but I look at her sometimes, and I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, your favorite movie when you were those kids' age was A Clockwork Orange. but you won't let me show your horror-loving son. You will not let me show him a single slasher movie. Are you kidding me? And then her husband, my brother-in-law, is just all like, "Don't worry about it, dude. We'll do it when she's not looking." We still haven't, but we're planning on it. One of these days, we're going to show that kid a Friday the 13th movie because he really likes Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'm like, let's show him the real thing.
Now, I did tell Lindsay about the new YouTube connection, and she goes, "Oh my God, your mother watches YouTube." I'm going, she's just going to have to get used to it, honey.
Well,
But I've had my own YouTube channel for 3 years, and she's never even bothered to search me.
I was about to say, really, yes, you're on the show, right? But unless you link somebody to it, they're not going to know. Of course, I link everybody to everything I do. I don't care. I have no shame.
That's what I love about you.
Blake's making fun of me in the chat. I can see it right here.
Yeah. Don't be Mr. Hands.
Oh, Joe, you said it out loud. Come on.
What?
We're on YouTube now. That's profane.
Yeah.
Be like
Well,
me asking
Not if
you
nobody
if you
gets the reference.
were- It would be like me asking if you were Goatsay.
I don't know. And Dan's headed for a break. Dan's headed for a bio break.
Carl got it. I'm so happy Carl got it.
Carl is one of us.
I get all kinds of references.
Uh,
And those I don't get, I'll look them up later. That's what YouTube's for.
Well, that's what everything on the internet is for, according to Avenue Q.
You know, it was really weird. I was writing this book, and in the book, the perpetrator of these crimes, he dressed like a woman sometimes. Okay, so for some odd reason, I had to figure out how a man could walk in high heels. So I made the mistake of looking it up on YouTube. Okay, I tell you, my feed was full of that junk for weeks. And I'm like, how do I get rid of this? So I'm looking up everything else I can think of, to get rid of that.
Oh my God. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, the whole entire time Carl was like, right when Carl said, talking about like there was a scene involving a guy who was dressing up like a woman. All I could think was be very careful here.
Oh yeah.
Like, don't go too far. And then it went in a completely opposite direction where I thought it was gonna go.
That's my
And
specialty.
Here's the thing. Now all I can
Brian Morris goes research. Sure, Carl.
well, I mean, no.
What kind of shoes did you buy, Carl?
Well, no, I want to point out. I literally had a very similar experience.
You wear high heels?
I've worn high heels. And this is literally what happened. I had a friend of mine, and she was complaining about her high heels. I'm like, it can't be that bad. Like, you wouldn't wear them if it wasn't. And she was like, you try wearing high heels for a day. I said, all right, I will. Like, all fucking badass, like I thought I was. I had these high heel boots on for like 20 minutes, and I was like, nope. I don't care how sexy they make me look. This isn't happening. It hurts so bad. And I've so far, it's only been 2 people since then. But so far, every person I've dated since then, I've been like, do not wear high heels. Yes, I understand. They lift your butt. They make it look better. They make your legs look better. They make you taller. But understand, I know what pain you go through when you wear high heels. Never do it. And I've had at least 2 women and 1 drag queen tell me, like, you can't, like don't ruin our high heels for us. No, I'm trying to save you. I promise.
Yeah.
Point of order.
Yes.
I was just informed that Lindsay just let the dog outside, inside the dog pen, to do his business,
Yeah.
and he treed the raccoon.
Ooh.
Okay.
from his pen.
we have a raccoon that comes up out of the woods. Our house is right next to the woods. He will come up and eat the feral cat's cat food. But sometimes when that runs out, he will climb inside the fence and try and get the tame cat's cat food. Well, she said he went up and over that fence like an Olympics gymnast and right up a tree. Now, the dog was not allowed out of the fence, and I don't hunt, so the raccoon is in no danger whatsoever. But now I think he's going to be just a little bit hungrier than he was before he came in the fence because he used up a lot of energy flying up through there.
Now, Daniel, you just reminded me of a fantastic thing that happened in the past couple of weeks. I forgot
go
to
ahead.
talk about this. Do you know, squirrels love bird feeders.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a trick you can do where you can put a slinky, a metal slinky, not a plastic crappy slinky, but a real metal slinky on a bird feeder. And for some reason, it just messes the squirrels up. They cannot figure it out. They try to climb up the pole to get to the bird feeder, and they try, the slinky shoots them back down to the ground. They're like, no. Right? I saw evolution in action recently. A squirrel on our property here in Ringgold has figured out how to use the slinky to his advantage. And we watch as this squirrel is just like, I'm going to climb up the slinky. And I'm going to reach out. I'm going to grab onto the food bowl and at this point, my stepmom is just like, let him eat. He's figured the puzzle out. Just let him eat. I'm like, no. Me and my dad are both like, no, do not let him eat. Like, that's not his food. His food grows on trees. This is for the birds. And she's like, no, let him go. He's an innocent animal. He's gamed the system. And all I could think is like, if he's gamed the system, he will teach the others. Like, we can't have this. But it's really cool to watch as he, like, very carefully climbs up the side of the slinky, grabs onto where the food is, and stretches himself out. Point of order with
Thank
that,
you for
though.
coming, Brian. We'll see you next time.
Take care, Brian. Thank you so much, man, for watching. Point of order, though. The only thing I can think whenever I see that squirrel and he stretches out to get to the feed in the bird feeder is, well, he's making himself a bigger target for a paintball gun. I'm not suggesting that we should get a paintball gun. I'm just suggesting, he's making
You give him some bruised ribs there.
I'm just saying, I know somebody with a Tippmann A5. I could call in a favor.
That is not me sending link shit. I hadn't got that ready yet. I'm hearing bings. It's not me.
Yeah, it's not me either. I don't have anything going on. I don't know what's up.
7:30 after show.
Well, it could be Carl.
I haven't
No pings on your end? Okay.
Not over here.
No, I'm hearing lots of pings, but I've got so many devices that ping, I don't even look anymore.
All right, that's me.
Oh,
It is you, Joe.
Yeah, that is
Oh, there we go.
Links to our after show.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the date.
Thank you.
Why
now-
was I reading that as a time?
But I do want to say that I love the ingenuity of the squirrel. Now, there's a YouTube video that I've seen about this. About the squirrels getting smart enough. Yes, Joe, Dan knows what I'm talking about. About the squirrel getting smart enough and then having to increase the traps more and more and more and more so the squirrels stop messing with the bird feeder. At the same time, I like squirrels. So I do kind of agree. I've been threatened by squirrels enough to know they're not to be trifled with, but
No. All right, everybody replying.
you don't have to do that, y'all. We're all here together. You can just be like, I saw it. We're good. I'm gonna be on the train, baby. You don't have well,
All right,
there's
Dan's taking
5
over.
pings instead of like 9.
Lewis has some breaking sports news. Sports
Yep.
ball news.
Do you?
For the SEC football fans, The SEC chose today to have a 10-game season, and it will be all in conference. We will not be playing outside of the SEC, and there will only be 10 games played. The season has been pushed back to start September 26th, and the SEC championship game has been pushed back 2 weeks and will be played the Saturday before Christmas.
Wow.
So I have two things to say about that.
That is huge.
I have two things to say about that.
Okay?
I'm so heartbroken and shattered by the loss that my beloved Vols will feel by this, because they're not going to make it out of the first round. Let's be honest. And second, hey, congratulations to Alabama. You earned it.
Yeah, congratulations to Alabama on
Joe.
the next SEC championship.
Joe, who is
Yes,
that?
yes, we just had somebody pop in that you know, Skunk.
Huh? What happened?
We have Corey Keelan, who has his mic muted. Now he's unmuted.
Hey, I know that dude.
Corey does a Spooky Dudes podcast, which is horror film related, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I know Corey.
Dude.
Well, I don't know. I don't know Corey personally, but I know the podcast. I know the show.
Man.
Real quick, Joe, give him the 3 questions and put him up on big screen while he's doing it.
Okay, Corey. Yeah, what we're going to do is we are going to put you big screen, but we ask you 3 questions. I done dumped it on Carl.
Okay.
The question is the 3 questions. I hit them all at once, and gives you a chance to answer. Who
All right.
are you? What do you do? And how the heck did you end up on this show?
I'm Corey Keelan. I'm half of the Spooky Dudes podcast. That's my fun job. And then I ended up on here because I know you, Joe Dog.
All right. So what is Spooky Dudes podcast?
It's a weekly show. Each week we cover a different horror film. Could be anything from like the silent era to the 60s, 70s to tonight we recorded an episode on a movie that just came out this year. We just do kind of like a review of the film and then talk about what we'd pair it with. We did a double feature, and it's just, we're not Ebert and Roper. We just talk about the movie and try to give our opinions of it and recommendations for the listeners. It's pretty informal, just a fun conversation.
Okay. All right. Bringing Dan back into the screen. You may remember Dan from LibertyCon.
Yeah, I think I've seen. Hey, Dan. I think I've seen all these guys at a convention. John has. I've talked to John a lot. I think he's like basically always every panel I'm on at like Chattacon or anything.
No, I'm just the security guy. They have watch you while you're doing your stuff.
Yeah,
we
they're
we know you that well.
I know John. I know John as my bartender whenever I go to these things.
That's my other job.
Yeah. Carl, you need to come to a Southern Fandom convention.
Okay.
Yeah, most
If we ever have one again.
Yeah, if we ever have one again, especially the ones around Chattanooga, the beer is free and the bar opens at 8.
I do have a slight bone to pick with you, Corey,
Sure, what's up?
since you're here. I love Blood Machines because I'm a huge Carpenter Brute fan. I get it. It's like an hour and a half long music video, but God, it's so good though.
Now, Corey, what was your movie review tonight?
It was a movie called Scare Me. And this is a confusing thing because there's 2 movies that are coming out this year called Scare Me. They're different. They're directed by different guys. I tagged the wrong director on Instagram and he was like, "Hey man, wrong director." I'm like, "Are you sure? Are you trolling me, bro?" And he's like, "Yeah, check the credits." And I did. And he's not the director of the film we reviewed. So
Oh, no.
thank God for that because we didn't like the movie. So we did not recommend this one.
I can't wait to listen to the latest episode.
Well, thank you very much. We usually like the movies. Like we're pretty lenient, but if if it doesn't make any sense at all, like to us, we're like kind of like, can't recommend it.
No, I remember recently you did the episode with Blood Quantum and Blood Machines, and I was sitting there just being like, but Blood Machines was Carpenter Brute. Like, it was the music is so good. Like, I get it, the visuals and the storyline and everything with that movie's weird, but it's such good music. I don't know. I like the music more than the movie.
Well, stuff like that. So I didn't enjoy it as a film. But I'm glad that they make stuff like that. And I'm glad that Shudder presents stuff like that because I want to see different takes on how to make a film, and I want to hear different points of view and stuff like that. It's a very unique movie. It wasn't for me, but it's got an audience. Obviously, you enjoyed it.
So, it's so good. Yes, I understand that. Like the visual style. Being like what it is it's impressive for the budget they had for that film, but the film itself, I like, there, like you said, it's like an hour and a half long music video is basically what it is, and it's mostly about the music, and that's I think where that's its drawing power in general. That's the same guy who's been doing Carpenter Brute's music videos for the past couple of years. So he wanted to do a full feature length thing with them. And so it's basically their Kilroy was here. Like, I would say people are hating on it, but like it was their vision. Like that was something they were going for. Our friend Heather is asking, what's your take on Tusk? One of mine and Heather's favorite movies.
I love Tusk. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan.
Same.
Especially Tusk and Red State. I think he did two cool, very unique horror films. I don't love all of his movies, but I do love him as an individual and an artist. I thought Tusk was a lot of fun, and being a podcaster and the movie kind of having this podcast sort of, the guy's a podcaster in the movie. I enjoyed that, and body horror is one of those things that's like not for everybody, but I don't know, I loved it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I love it.
So you said you're a Kevin Smith fan.
Oh yeah, it's probably
So
the
have
reason
you-
I do podcasting is because Kevin Smith was like, anybody can do this shit, just get a microphone.
Yeah. Have you seen Jay and Silent Bob rebooted?
I have.
I've seen half of it. I haven't watched the whole movie.
Oh, you gotta watch to the end.
You gotta watch to the end, and I promise you, I don't care who you are, if you don't cry at that scene. And when I say that scene,
you know
you
what
will,
I'm talking about.
you will laugh, and you will laugh a belly laugh and cry the saddest tears you've ever cried at the same time.
It's such a good. I know what scene you're talking about, and I don't want to spoil anything. It's such a genuine moment that is like bookended with fart jokes. It's great.
Yeah.
Like, not literal fart jokes, just like toilet humor.
Yeah.
But it's such a Kevin Smith move to pull. But like it is literally one of those things where you're sitting there watching it, you're like, oh god, this is so funny, but I want to cry. It's so good. Oh,
and
god,
and
it's so good.
and if you watch the whole movie, the beginning of the movie, it's even foreshadowed.
It is. There's a scene at the not the very beginning, but there's a moment.
Yeah.
Where at the near the beginning of the movie where it's the whole entire ending of the movie is foreshadowed, but there's that specific moment gets foreshadowed, and it's really good. The flick is so good. I love that movie.
I think Miss Donna is putting Carl on the spot.
What's up? I gotcha. That's one of the problems with that film, though, is that, and this is my only problem with the film. Way too referential.
I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah.
Way
It
too
was-
referential to itself and to other Kevin Smith properties.
I mean, it was a nostalgia trip, is what
It
it was.
very, very much was. And a nostalgia trip. Well, it was also a nostalgia trip to fandom. in
Yeah.
general. Because a lot of that movie, especially the latter third, is just this is what it's like going to cons. This is what it's like being a person that's into fandom, being a nerd about these things, being a geek about these things. You know, it's very much that ethos and that mindset, and also just reboots in general and how people feel about them for the most part.
Oh, and there just about is no fourth wall in this movie.
No, there really isn't. They do constant callbacks and also call forwards.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
they did pull it real well.
State. Oh my God, Red State.
Yeah.
Heather just mentioned Red State, and if you guys have not seen Red State, please go see Red State. Please seek that movie out.
What's it on? I may actually watch that.
I don't know. Let me look it up real quick. Let me see what it's on.
I think it was on Netflix when I watched it, but that's been since it came out. That movie's about 4 or 5 years old now.
Red State, is it 2011?
Yes, it was a 2011 film.
Yeah.
I don't see it streaming free anywhere. Actually,
If you have like any sort of negative feeling toward the Westboro Baptist Church, I highly recommend watching that.
Red State.
yeah. I want to put it this way. Red State isn't even available on Prime. Like, not even to rent. It says this video is currently unavailable to watch in your location.
Huh.
Time to break out the VPN.
Yeah. Pretty much.
It's
yeah,
worth a blind buy, really. Like, buy the disc. It's
seriously.
John Goodman's in the
it's that
movie.
good of a film. It's got Michael Parks and John Goodman in it, and it's about a group of people that's very similar to the Westboro Baptist Church. I mean, we're talking hardcore Southern Baptists who are very much everyone is going to hell. You live in Chattanooga, Joe Dog. You know that you've been to River Bend. You've seen these people.
Oh yes.
They protest everything, and then you find out.
Carl's seen the.
Yeah.
They're the same people. They may not even know each other, but it's the same people at every event you see.
Yeah, and this movie is about, like, what if those people were the complete sociopaths we usually perceive them as, right? They don't care about right or wrong. They just care about their viewpoint, and that's all that matters. And
like Facebook.
And
Yeah.
John, yes, very similar, except with violence, literal, actual violence. Michael Parks plays a perfect sociopath, and John Goodman, bless his heart, he goes into this and plays it 100% completely straight, and is one of the most terrifying things you'll ever see.
Oh yeah, John Goodman plays a beautiful bad guy.
Oh my God, no, he's a good guy in
Oh,
it.
he's a good guy.
He's playing it. Michael Parks is the bad guy, but John Goodman goes into this no humor whatsoever. It's a Kevin Smith movie. You're expecting it to be funny, and it is at times. But John Goodman's character is 100% like you know how Kyle MacLachlan in Twin Peaks was funny at times, right?
Yeah.
This is not that at all. He's 100%. John Goodman's 100% serious in his role the entire movie, all the way up to the very end. And whenever funny things happen, he's not laughing, and it makes it really uncomfortable. It's a really good horror film. Oh my God, you guys see it. And I'll tell you this. It's similar to another film from another director, Jordan Peele's Get Out. And this is coming, I'm saying this as a queer person, that movie will open your eyes to some, well, I was about to say a different word, but I'll refrain. It'll open your eyes to some stuff. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
YouTube and
Stuff
all that.
works.
very similar to Jordan Peele's Get Out. It will let you know about some stuff that we have to deal with in our culture, and let you know like in a very over the top way, kind of what our viewpoint is when we see these people. And it's I think the greatest triumph of Red State is that the Westboro Baptist Church were such, not fans of it because they didn't watch it, but such fans of Kevin, because the fact that he went that far, they actually gave them framed posters. Their protest posters signed by the Westboro Baptist Church. Like that, Kevin had that much of an impact on them as a culture. Like, that is heavy. You don't see Jordan Peele walking around with framed posters from the protests of Get Out. You know?
Get Out's incredible. I can't wait to see what Jordan Peele comes out with next, man. I love
Us.
Yeah.
Us was my favorite film of 2019. Followed honestly very closely behind by the Child's Play remake, although I really wish they didn't call the Buddy doll Chucky. I felt that took away from it because they forced it. Like, just let the Buddy doll be Buddy. Like, I thought that would have been better. Putting Chucky into it was kind of weird. I get it's supposed to be the quote-unquote same doll, but the storyline of the film was so much different from the original that it didn't need to be there. And that's where it lost some points with me. It very, very much so, though, Us is the film of 2019 for me. Like, go see Us. It's so good. I was going to do an Us cosplay for HaloCon in 2019. It was literally budgetary concerns that prevented me from doing it.
Well,
Great pick, man.
I'm just hoping we can do HaloCon this year.
Me too. I'm very terrified about the way things are going in this country.
I don't think we're going to be able to pull it off, be honest.
Me neither, and I'm very upset about that.
Yes.
That's like my vacation every year is HaloCon, and I'm very sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as good, but do you think you guys can do something over Discord and try to virtualize it just to have? I mean, you've got this. This is great. I think everybody keeping in touch is wonderful.
Yeah.
But you could do a whole weekend of programming via this platform or Discord or something like that, and group watch movies and do panels and everything.
Well, I'm thinking of stuff, but HaloCon's more an experience than panels.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Carl, the best way to describe HaloCon is you headed to a hotel and you end up at the family reunion you didn't know you had.
Yep. Yeah.
And as much fun as these little calls are through StreamYard, and I want to spread this out further because I know some people use Zoom, and obviously I do a lot of my stuff through Discord. I've told people about my Discord all the time. I want to point this out. There's no substitution for the actual human interaction that you get at a convention.
Exactly.
I know they tried it recently when LibertyCon was canceled. I don't know how well that went. And I know there's a lot of people on site, and that probably made it a little bit better. But you got to imagine that there were so many people who couldn't attend because of COVID and everything else. Like I just couldn't imagine doing something like HaloCon over the internet. It just wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work.
Especially because I couldn't DJ. Like,
You could.
can't DJ. Well, I could figure it out.
I've seen a lot of DJing from the garage stuff since the pandemic started.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Well, we got to be real careful what we play because Carl, we actually you've heard the story.
Yeah. Yeah. Got hit with a
copyright strike, and not only did they just copyright strike us, they deleted the video.
Mm-hmm.
And just stop it in place. gone.
Yeah, that's draconian. I mean, really.
Yeah, Corey, you didn't hear about that, did you?
No, I missed that one.
Yeah, we played
Everybody
a little.
did.
we played a clip of Mrs. Brown's Boys. You know what that is? The British TV
comedy.
show.
Oh no, I'm not up on my Brit
Oh,
TV, man.
yeah, it was hilarious. The character gave herself her first bikini wax.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that one. Oh,
That one's hilarious. And just as soon as we hit stop, I got the copyright strike. They let me play it all the way through. And then when I quit, then they shut me down.
Well, you think you don't know when they actually shut it down. We just happened to see that much of it.
No, that's when I got the post.
oh,
I mean, just as soon as I hit, just as soon as I don't know if y'all can hear me doing the click, but when I got that click, I got the notifications like, it was 3 different corners of the screen.
Oh,
Like, what?
Was it over this platform?
Facebook no, didn't shut this platform down. It shut Facebook down.
So somebody must have reported it, right? Like,
No, it
No.
says
Robo.
No,
Robo.
it was all computers.
yeah.
that's crazy, man.
The Hitler robot.
Yeah, boom. I mean,
Yeah, we got hit by something like that, saying that we used a piece of music by Taylor Swift, and I'm like, I don't even know any music by Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
I mean, and I sent it back to them, and I said, "Who is Taylor Swiffer?"
Invented this
They're like-
thing.
Okay, must have been a mistake. Okay,
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the robots, the autonomous robots.
yeah.
Yeah, I keep expecting that every time I post one of my own pieces of music.
Mm.
To get a
That
copyright strike.
I actually own every note of it,
Mhm.
but when I put it up on Facebook or something, some electronic entity is going to go, oh, well, we looked that up. That name on the copyright doesn't match yours. And I'm going, well, it's still me.
Well, the thing is, and what really burns me up about YouTube and Facebook and these other so-called digital rights activists is that I'm a documentarian, and I will license a piece of music that might be, popular music, but I pay the license for it. But if somebody's playing my documentary on YouTube, they have no way of knowing that I have a little piece of paper that was emailed to me that says I paid the $350 and have the rights to have that music in my piece. So I don't even deal with YouTube. My documentaries all go to Vimeo.
Yeah. Is that the right way to say that?
Vimeo?
Yeah, I've never really actually heard anybody pronounce it before.
Yeah.
The French
Yeah.
pronounce it
It's a much better platform because they are less restrictive. They trust their users more. It's more of a professional community, and quite frankly, the playback quality is far superior to anything YouTube can do.
Oh yes.
That's absolutely true.
I've noticed that, and I recommended him to Joe Dog, but
Yeah.
I was
you can't-
overruled.
You can't live stream to Vimeo, or we would. Plus, I'm
Yeah,
trying
but
to
you can
build.
put recordings up.
Yeah, we may start throwing some of the shows up.
Yeah. And you wouldn't have to worry about me and Skunk talking industrial language.
Industrial?
Yeah, that's what they call it at the factory where I work. Industrial language. I mean, imagine 47 sailors and a drill sergeant, and that's the mild version of what we get into at work.
Yeah. Military used to call it augmented verbiage.
Yes, the forbidden words are actually forms of punctuation, and there is somebody that's actually done a comedy routine on which cuss word is a comma, which one is an exclamation point, which one is a period, and colon, semicolon, all this other stuff. And they went into all this detail, and I'm going, yeah, that's just about right. That's what we do. Oh.
Carl, I sent you a link to invite you to the after show.
Okay.
If you want to come in, then
Well,
you can be.
you were right. I got this note from Donna. Stuff I got,
Oh, you got the honeydew list.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay, if you want, if you need to cut out, that'd be fine. I mean, if you need to, but I appreciate you being here.
In here.
But I appreciate you being here, and I told you it would be fun.
Oh yeah.
Hey, the show's only got 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hang 10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, and Joe, send Corey the link too.
Okay.
The after show, yes.
Yeah.
Because he showed up late.
Yeah. Recording.
I don't
man.
know what time zone he's in, but he doesn't look sleepy to me.
Nah, I'm in North Georgia. I'm in Eastern.
Oh, okay. So am I.
So am I. So
East or west?
I could walk to HalloCon.
Chattanooga.
Oh, okay, west.
Yeah. You're down in around Dalton,
Me? Yeah, Ringgold, man.
Ringgold. Okay.
Hey, half the people here are from Ringgold. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Half. Everybody but me. No.
Yeah.
Well, no. Lewis is up in Yankee land, and
Yeah.
I once heard a professional wrestler call Ringgold the City of Gold. Is that really what it's called? Like, that's not a thing? Okay.
Not that I know of.
One claim to fame is that the little chapel where Dolly Parton got married is still there and still performs weddings. That's Ringgold
Chapel.
fame.
And
they will sell beer at 3:00 in the morning at the gas station.
And here's another trivia about the Dolly Parton. Her and Carl, is that his name, the husband?
Carl Dean.
They come down and renew their vows.
Yeah.
On their anniversary every year.
They also own a house somewhere in the Ringgold area and will go to it for a couple of weeks a year just kind of
hide. Yeah.
Yeah, and not tell anybody where they're at.
Right.
She's an American treasure.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
A wonderful human being.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. I greatly admire her Books for Children program. That is just awesome right there.
My son just aged out of it this year. My daughter's still in it, but I was a little bummed out. I was like,
Wait, how old is Bear?
He'll turn 6 in August. He's growing fast, man. I can't slow it down.
So the little one's probably 4.
No, she's 3. She just turned
3. Okay. I can deal with 3 better than I could 4. Okay. Being I remember when they were born.
They take turns being good, like being good kids.
Oh, just wait, Corey. There's a thing that they will do once they hit their late single digit ages.
Oh my God.
It's called divide and conquer.
Oh, no.
It's also called good cop, bad cop.
Yeah. One of them will act up, so you go pay attention to them, so the other one can do something worse.
Oh, okay. Just behind your back, like on the down low. Okay.
Yeah. One will distract you, so the other one.
One of them is a designated distraction.
Yeah. Say that again, Lewis.
Kind of like what the president does when there's bad economic news and he wants to talk about, I don't know, hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a weird.
I'm not going to succumb to my temptation to say anything political
let's
right
not go
now.
there. Let's not go there, please. We're still on YouTube.
Non-political.
That was a weird thing.
Oh, it would be funny, but I try not to ever go there because a lot of people disagree with me. So,
Yeah.
And
All right.
I'm not. Oh, for the record, I'm not a fan of the current incumbent.
Yeah. All right. Look.
I-
I'm not saying anything bad about the Antichrist. I mean, the current administration.
Oh, yeah, that's because Hillary will. Excuse me. I do hold the opinion that those are two different people.
You missed my memory that I posted from 10 years ago.
Did I?
Yes, I mean I posted up, but nobody said anything about it. 10 years ago, I said Donald Trump is going to run for president one day if Hillary doesn't have him killed, because I was thinking he was going to be a Democrat.
I did see that. I did not comment on it, but I did see it because I didn't want you to get shot.
Don't
I
have
value
any more
you
facts.
too much to get you in the sights of the Antichrist
Yeah.
or the president incumbent either.
Mm.
I saw that and I thought, when I see certain names in a post,
Yeah.
I just scroll right on by.
Just keep going. Keep going.
That's good, Joe. Hey,
Nothing to see here.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carl, have you noticed?
Go into the fridge. I'll be right back.
All right. We may be in the other. All right. He's gone. Carl, do you ever read some of my posts and go, oh, God, he's going to get killed?
I wonder. Sometimes. That's why my group is closed.
Read some of your posts and wonder why your wife hasn't killed you yet, Jeff.
That's my comment.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody kills you, we know who, and we're not going to say a word.
Because I probably deserved it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, my wife, since she writes these crime novels,
Yeah.
and everybody knows it. So if anything ever happens to me, she's suspect number one. So she really couldn't kill me because she knows as soon as I die, she's going to jail no matter what happened. COVID could get me. And they go, she did it. We know it. Lock her up.
Yeah, occasionally I'll get somebody will message me on Facebook and go like, "Do you still own that pig?" And the first thing pops into my mind is, why are they asking me this?
Yeah.
And you need at least 5. I mean,
No, one can do it. It just takes a week.
yeah, that's why you need 5.
Not that I know that, mostly.
All right, we're about to wrap things up real quick. Carl, you got 1 minute to plug anything you need to plug.
I don't need to plug anything. I'm cool.
Okay, you don't
Corey.
have any books out?
Corey, you got 1 minute to plug something.
I can do that.
I'll give I will cede my minute to Corey.
All right.
Oh man, it was like an extra minute. Oh. All right. If any of you guys out there checking this out enjoy horror films, please check out Spooky Dudes podcast. We're on Facebook, Instagram. We're kind of on Twitter. I'm not real good at the Twitter thing. The show comes out every week. You can find it on Apple, Google, basically every platform except for SoundCloud, because that costs money, and I don't want to pay any more money. But yeah, it's out there. You can ask your Alexa to play Spooky Dudes, and she will play the latest episode. So
Okay. Corey and Carl, please put links to your Facebook pages on the Stupid O'Clock's Facebook page.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, whatever site you want people to find you on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All
And
right.
multiples. If you got multiples, put multiples.
All right. Carl, Corey, thank you for being here, guys. I appreciate it. John, Dan, Lewis, thank you so much. We will be kicking the after show off on my page in just a few minutes. But for that, we say good night, everybody.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.